I'm Dan.
I'm Lucky.
I'm William.
And this is Neat Plans and Poor Decisions. All right, welcome in, y'all. Today we're going to go a little bit off the beaten path. We're going to go Pursuit Spirits just released this distillery-only product. We were able to get our hands on a bottle early through a party they threw at Watch Hill proper here in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks to Tommy and Josh for letting us use this space again to record. But this product is part of Pursuit's Melwood Legacy Collection. This one is called Derbytown. It's going to be a 7-year product, barrel proof at 122.4. We got to taste it the night of the party, and it was actually really good for a 7-year. And I'm excited to go back to it. So let's see what we got here.
I think retail is $49.99.
And Melwood is an avenue here in Louisville where their facility is located, I believe. I drive past it pretty often, but I drop my dogs off to go to daycare.
I drive by when I go get cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Nita's Cheesecake.
Shout out to Enzo's across the street. Oh yeah, yes, that sure smells familiar. It smells good. It smells familiar. As we were just discussing before starting up the camera, it sure smells like a legacy distiller out of Bardstown to me.
I would agree. I concur.
Yeah. A very distinct note.
It's got like subtle vanilla to me.
It is a little more subtle on the nose, but I still like it. A lot going on, but just
definitely.
subtly.
It's kind of got just, I hate when I have to say it, but it's got those classic bourbon notes. Like,
Yeah.
It's got some vanilla, a little butterscotch, some orange. Like,
Smells like bourbon.
smells like bourbon. Man, front palate backs it up. It's actually really tasty to me.
I immediately get a lot of pepperiness, actually, from the immediate front palate. Then it fades into some much more classic bourbon notes.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is some rye spice in there. That's probably where that peppery's coming from. If this product did come from where I'm assuming it did.
It tastes like a Elijah Craig barrel.
Yes, okay. Yes, it really does. We're talking 13% rye, so that would make sense.
You know what? I think it's getting even better, honestly, from when I first opened it.
That's not right. 10%. 12%.
10% rye?
78, 10, 12. Or 12, 10. One of those.
78, 10, 12.
Yeah, there we go.
10, 12.
10.
Yeah.
We have been drinking.
It had, to begin with, it had a note at the finish that I didn't particularly care for, and that's gone.
Okay, I'm going to revisit. I thought it was a little muted throughout for how tasty it is. Like,
It smells like a cigar shop.
Okay, it's just a little tobacco action for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say something.
Oh, I could see where you're going. Humidor on that.
Humidor, yeah, there we go. Like walk-in humidor.
So I could almost say this is an aspirational whiskey. For those of us who are out in the world here, who start podcasts, who then manage to make their bourbon podcast so successful and so popular that you can now spin it into having your own entire whiskey line.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to the Pursuit guys. I think it's a really cool thing that they've done, and I'm a fan of several of their products they've come to the market with. I mean, I think they make one of the best double oaks too. Going around, I have a lot of people come into my bar and ask for that product, and I think it should be more widely carried, personally.
I think that's probably their most popular thing, right? The double oak.
Yeah, probably. It's very good, and this is very good.
Still smell that humidor though.
I don't pick up that grass on the palate.
I get a little bit.
Much,
I don't get it on the palate either.
Yeah, I could pick it up a little bit on the nose, but mostly it's just like. I don't know. There's like a floral sweetness that's developing, like honey. It's very honey to me.
Yeah, there's definitely a floralness to it. Can't quite put my finger on exactly what kind of thing. It's definitely right there on the back palate, back there. Now, I'm I'm still feeling a little bit mixed about it, whether I actually genuinely like it.
Okay.
That pepperiness to me that spreads right across there sort of covers up some of those other notes that I would really want to be there. In a way, I want some more of those sugars and things. And you get a lot of sweetness on the front. I'm still just getting a lot of that pepperiness and a lot of those kinds of things coming across the front of the whiskey. That means that I really want to enjoy it more, but I'm just not quite there.
Now, when you are experiencing these peppery notes, are you more like on are you saying like a black peppery or like
Yes.
a herbaceous pepper, like a fresh cut green pepper? Or,
More like a black pepper.
that's what I was experiencing. A
Yeah,
little bit there
much
too,
more
so
like
I just
a
wanted to
cracked black
clarify.
pepper.
Okay.
Like almost eating a piece of not fully cracked black peppercorn.
Okay.
Those are the notes that I get when I drink Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And I feel like some of those could be better if you could get past that note. And a lot of times I can't get past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want there to be other things there because I can sort of detect. I feel like there are other things there, but it's just being overpowered. And the more I drink it, and I'm looking for these things, and I'm hoping for these things, and I want them to be there, and they just aren't quite there.
I think this might actually, honestly, I know we had talked about it previously with doing it today at some point, but can we see the frother? I think this is a good one to froth maybe. I feel like maybe it'll bring out some different things for us. I got to put a little more in there to froth because I got a little excited about it. So this is something that's newer to my attention personally. I've seen several people online doing this and heard about it, but if you use just one of these milk frothers
Okay.
and spin it around the glen, I've heard different amounts of times. 10 to 30 seconds seems to be the money spot. It's really going to open it up.
Now, I know coming across on the audio that might
It's
sound
gonna
like
sound-
something different, but we promise
I'm
you
just
this is, in
pleasuring my
fact-
whiskey over here.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. Jeez. No, but what it's really going to do is it's going to super aerate it. So it should bring out some new notes on nose, on palate. And something else we discovered, it also drops the proof. So you got William over here proofing. So we started at 122. Where are you at now?
121.
So it dropped it
Okay.
one full proof
You've
point.
expressed so much alcohol vapor out of the glass that it's actually dropping the proof.
It did. The nose is a little bigger, although unlike some of the other products we messed around with, it didn't bring out a ton of new notes
No,
to me on the nose.
I don't
it's
think
still
so.
the same thing. It's just a little bit brighter. Like
I think some of the other things we played around with this.
I feel like some of the things I
changed it
smelled
more.
at first that started dropping off and that humidor note came through. Now the humidor has gone back down and some of those brighter like citrusy notes have come out to me.
I'm getting more brown sugar now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more
Brown sugar, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't disagree.
Yeah, it has diminished that pepperiness. That frothing has genuinely diminished that pepperiness. I'm getting more of the floral note coming through at the back end now, and I am getting more of the
Oh.
general sweetness to it.
I think it totally changed the palate. Like, where to me the nose was still the same. Now, like where I originally was getting like just bombarded with sweetness up front.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm kind of actually picking up some of those floral notes in the front palate that I wasn't catching till later.
It changed for me too, but in a different way. Now on the finish, I taste humidor.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, it just kind of pushed
Yeah.
that flavor down. I do too. Now that it's like
On the
gone
end
out
it,
of my,
after it's out of my mouth, I taste like
Yeah.
walk-in humidor.
I'm breathing out the humidor
Yes.
now. Yeah, absolutely. It's still enjoyable.
It's
I mean,
interesting
yeah.
how that can change the flavor profile so much.
and it's like on some of the things we messed around with, like there were big changes. Like several more notes came out. I think it was more on the older products that we did. Like the longer it was aged, the more new notes we got when we frothed it. It was kind of what I think we were experiencing, if I remember correctly. But I thought this might be a fun one to hit with a frother, and this might be fun for you guys at home. If you have one. If you don't, go ahead and grab one for like $9 to $20 on Amazon, and
Yeah, $4.98 at Walmart.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you don't get the fancy stand. But yeah, I thought it was like a gimmicky thing. I first saw the guys from the blendery in Texas posting about doing this, and it made me. I was like, "Yeah, screw it, I'll get one." And I was shocked by how much it can.
Yeah,
change.
I really thought when you brought it to my attention that it was just kind of gimmicky and like, sure, like you're getting air added into it faster, maybe it will change, but no, like on some of the things we did, really changed them.
Really,
Like,
I'll admit that it doesn't affect every product the same, but some things it tremendously changes.
and this one, I feel like it's fair to say on everyone we've done it, it wakes it up for sure.
definitely.
Like,
Sometimes it just conveys those same notes in a stronger way, though.
yeah, like that's what's kind of happening here.
I
I don't think
agree.
we really picked up new notes,
No.
just maybe stronger and different characteristics of those same notes. But
Yeah. Overall, I like this. I think personally,
yeah,
I don't mind it.
Good job.
yeah. But I don't know how easy this is going to be to get
Yes.
in that regard. If it's distillery only.
I like it more post froth,
Yeah.
which is a sentence I never thought I'd hear myself saying.
You know what it really tastes like to me now? Is that Elijah Craig hand grenade. It's like now I'm kind of getting like the caramel notes. Like that one is always like just a caramel.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting that note.
I'm
So
getting
maybe I
a
am
lot
picking
more
up a new
sweetness, a
note.
lot more of those kinds of notes on the back end.
It
Since,
kind of just
since the frothing.
it just kind of moved the notes around to me on this one, like where it was so sweet up front originally to me. Now it's real sweet on the back.
Okay.
I don't know. It's different. It's fun to play around with.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's time.
yeah.
Let's spin that dang wheel.
Okay.
You got anything else to add?
No, I like it.
Okay.
I like it more than I originally did when we opened it, even, or when I had it that night. All right, let's spin the wheel.
All right. I think it's William's turn to spin the wheel.
That's not, I thought it was. I thought you were humming this like, intro to Doug. Oh, I remember.
We can leave that in. Number 9. All green today. Yeah. So we are spinning the wheel again today. We are blind to whatever sample is in the Glens getting poured by Danielle behind the camera.
Only our master pourer.
Only our master pourer knows what is happening right now.
Looks light.
Again, thanks to those of you out there that have sent some samples in to make the wheel more interesting. Y'all can definitely anticipate very soon being able to drop some things to our P.O. box. We're going to get that information out. We really do want this wheel to get as interesting as possible. We'd love things that you love on the wheel, things that you think are unique on the wheel, and things that you hate and will punish us on the wheel.
I don't mind the nose.
Okay, that's interesting because the color to me
Color.
It's light.
is very light.
Yeah.
Light.
So to hear you say that without any further ado, I'm thinking light whiskey. Have you liked
No,
the nose?
I don't think it's light. Whiskey.
Okay, I haven't even nosed it. I'm just guessing by
I
color
think
and
it's
your
bourbon,
reaction. Interesting. I think this is not a standout nose to me of any
No.
kind.
Yeah, I don't think it's light whiskey.
I am struggling to pull notes off of it.
Yeah, I think it's very,
Yeah.
it's muted and like
Oh, my.
just. Is it my Glen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because mine does not smell like that.
I'm confused. What are you smelling? Let's all switch. No, okay, yours smell the same to me.
Mine.
Oh wow, that what the heck?
Yeah, I got the weird Glen this time. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
So maybe I just give it a good spin
It's
here.
that dishwater.
A little dishwasher.
Yeah.
smell.
We've talked about this recently a lot, actually.
Actually, okay, now it's waking up.
Yeah,
Sometimes when you have a clean Glen, we've realized like that's been through the dishwasher, you'll get this like aquarium note, and I was kind of getting that on my Glen. But
Yeah.
if you just give it a real hefty spin around the Glen and kind of coat the Glen, it kind of does get rid of that.
That's how I've been curing it.
Okay,
We're
now I
tasting
can. Now I
barrels.
smell whiskey. I was smelling glass solution. At
Yeah,
first.
that was odd.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it has like an over the top nose, but I definitely am. I'm
definitely picking up some more.
more classic bourbon notes.
I'm
Yeah.
getting like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
more classic bourbon notes.
Yeah,
I'm not even. I think I can go a little. It's like those. I don't know what you want to characterize as oak spice notes, but there's. It's
is
not
this
a baking
is this a
spice.
send in or is this a?
Mm.
I figure.
You can almost find red licorice on there, like Twizzler.
Why is it so light in color?
I don't know. This one's an interesting. It is rather muted to me on the nose still, even though it's waking up to me.
Back palate, I'm getting a lot of honey.
I get Twizzler, I get floral, and a different floral than we've been in. This is almost like, I hate to say it, magnolia, like on the nose, on the nose. Yeah, the flower, the fresh flower.
I don't know. I don't know if I know what fresh magnolia smell like. Even though my hat says magnolia. I mean,
It's very light overall.
It's very light. That was
Creamy.
I don't mind it on the palate, honestly.
It is much creamier, and maybe that's part of the. A lot of times when I get something on the bourbon side of things that's creamy, it is muted on the nose to me a lot of times, and so that just backed up on the palate to me. But
I don't mind it. There's not a lot going on with
just
it.
because it's sitting in front of me, I'm frothing this
I mean,
one.
I was going.
This is the
I'm sure
frothing
that-
episode.
I'm sure that's amazing on the audio.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm pleasuring my whiskey. That's okay. They're just.
I mean, it's not the kind of thing you normally want people to see.
If you are just listening this episode, you can just use your imagination of what's happening right now.
Want this?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you know, we might as well
Yeah.
all do it.
Always benefit from a good frothing.
Okay. There are grapefruit?
This might have sent it the other direction.
Grapefruit?
I get some weird
What?
citrusy note.
Yeah, no, grapefruit.
Grapefruit pit.
Bitter,
Yeah.
like bitter
bitter,
citrus.
bitter citrus. Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
Interesting.
I hate
That's not a note I normally get. And not one I don't know, that one just took me for a loop. And for how creamy it was on the palate, I'm
Oh
still
wow,
not-
that woke that the hell up. That woke that whiskey up with an air horn.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
I'm not getting specific notes of it, but the flavor is literally just doubled.
I don't know. It
I
brought
agree.
that creaminess went butterscotchy to me. It went a little past the creamy.
It's not my favorite thing. It's not the worst thing I've ever. I've tasted some worse things today.
If this is high proof, I'll be damned.
No, that is not.
No, it's not
damn.
high proof. That is
No.
absolutely
I will
no
be
way.
damned.
And I'm that's got to be a 4 or 5 year product as well.
By
To
color,
be as
I'm
light
thinking
as it
it's
is.
young.
By color, I would agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste super familiar to me.
It doesn't taste familiar to me either, honestly. Which leads me to
It
believe.
kind of tastes like some of those Wild Turkey single barrels that were
No
older that
way
I
this is
didn't
Wild Turkey.
love.
No, there's not nearly enough vanilla in this.
No.
I'm just saying, there's that note I can't identify.
Are we talking about the 7 year?
Yes,
Okay, I don't think so.
originally.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that being said, you've thrown out things before and managed to hit a nail on the head. So
This is not.
I'm
Wild
not
Turkey.
willing to
No
discount
way
it.
in hell this is Wild Turkey.
I don't know. I don't think it is either.
I'm gonna say it's something craft again.
I'm actually getting a little apple now.
Like green apple.
Like kind of big on the back palate, which normally when I find apple, it's on the nose and on the front. This is on the finish. I'm getting apple, like the white part of an apple, not even the no skin.
It's just very like meh.
A peeled apple.
I know you've been eating the seeds for a second.
All right, funny story.
You've been eating the seeds this
All
whole
right, since we
time.
brought up apple seeds, I gotta tell you, I used to tell people because I was a fat kid. Well, I'm still a fat guy, but when I was a fat kid and I was younger, I used to tell people I was getting big because I ate the apple seeds and there was a tree growing inside me.
Oh wow, that
Seems appropriate.
uh,
I don't know. Any guesses on this?
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't get. I don't
no.
have any guesses on this.
All right, let me think.
Besides proof, maybe. Oh, it got to be under 100.
Around 100 or lower.
100 or lower.
Well, 4 or 5 year product, just for the lightness, just for the lack of overall depth to it.
Yeah, it disappears fast.
Yeah.
98 proof.
All right.
All right.
It's just
And the closest
Price
thing I
is
come
right.
up with is Clyde Mays. I got nothing. Penelope weeded 95 proof.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I've tried there.
I would not have guessed that that's what this is. Not in a million years.
I don't think, and we didn't say a ton of weeded things.
No.
Really. Like normally,
I do not like
weeds
MGP
bring
weeded.
out those red fruit. I do, but it's got to be 10 years, 8 to 10 plus.
It's proof down too. Like that.
Normally, when I go weeded, we're talking red fruit notes on the palate, on the nose, getting that graininess on
The
the mid
graininess,
palate.
Just
but like,
completely absent from that.
yeah, this one's kind of a one-offer. I could see this being a popular market product.
Yeah,
Like,
because it tastes like nothing.
Yeah, because
just-
it's easy to drink.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
It
people out
disappears so
there.
fast.
This is a good entry-level port.
Okay.
It's not my thing.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to say anything too negative because I love MGP, but I've never ever been a big fan of weeded MGP.
yeah.
And this, to me, it being proof down, it just kind of tastes like a lot of nothing.
I mean, it does. It's very muted throughout. I think
But
that's
thank
fair.
you again, Ryan, for sending in the sample.
No, but like literally, thank you
Yes,
all for
thank you,
sending in
yeah.
some samples and keeping us on our toes. That's what we love. I'm glad we are all in that realm of proof. This one did stump us a little bit. I also have never tried this product.
I haven't
before.
either.
Have you ever had?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So we've never gone. I mean, I've tried plenty of Penelope.
I've tried their Amber, like plenty of, okay.
Yeah, I've
plenty
tried
of Penelope.
plenty
Yes.
of Penelope. I don't think I've ever had their weeded.
No,
shellfish.
and I hear that estate collection or whatever it is. The
I have
weeded
had that
version,
wheat.
The weeded
The
version of
Founders
that.
or-
Founders, whatever it is. I've heard a lot
It's
of
certainly
people
a
say-
step forward
Yeah.
from this.
Yeah.
100% it is.
And I think it's 10 years old, right?
I think they have different ones, 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But, thanks, Ryan. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thanks to you guys over at Pursuit Spirits. You guys gave us something fun to drink today as well. So,
Yep.
And you all learned that if anybody calls you fat, just tell them you ate an apple seed. So, stay classy, bourbon drinkers.